So I think a question that I've wrestled with for a really long time more has to do with like the existential questions in life. Like, why am I here? What is my purpose? Why do I even have the drive that I have to do all these things? When I was younger, obviously things weren't super great and positive. And so my parents divorced when I was 2. I still live with my mom, and she was a single mother, and she was raising 4 of us. Growing up, I would go and visit my dad at his apartment, which was just kind of down the street. And one day, my sister and I are in the apartment. There's a knock on the door, and the cops are at the door. The cops came in, and they had a warrant to search my dad's apartment and to kind of go through all of his stuff. And they found in his bathroom illicit drugs. That was like a terrifying experience. I think I was probably 8 or 9 years old. And so from there, I kind of started to learn more about the environment of my family. And then, my dad going through all kinds of addiction issues. And over time, I also learned that he had gotten my oldest brother into drugs. And so things just kind of like spiraled out of control from there. My mom was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and some spine issues, and basically to the point where she was bedridden for about 4 to 5 years. That kind of pushed me down the path to smoke weed and to even drink every now and then, and to feel like, oh, this is just like a natural rhythm of life. This is something that just happens to people. So like that kind of like sums up like maybe like the stress of, growing up and where I come from. And so in high school, in my junior year, I actually had a mentor. He was actually a Point Loma alum, and he got me really excited about chemistry and about science in general. And he actually helped bring me up from, my freshman, sophomore year in high school when I was doing really poorly. And I had mainly F's and D's, and I was having to make up classes every summer and do all that kind of stuff. Seeing that he was from Point Loma gave me that really positive image of the school, that it prepared him for what he was doing. Being a mentor and being an educator. There are people that actually put their heart on their sleeve. It would actually talk to you and, be your friend more than just like an authority figure. That really started to influence me and impact my life, because I started to see myself, one day maybe working in education in some way in the science field. You just gave me that passion for science and to continue on into medicine. So when I came to Point Loma, I was really afraid that I wasn't going to fit in, that I was going to be kind of like the outcast in the sense of my background, where I was coming from, and coming to this very seemingly healthy, Christian environment. But what was really surprising to me was that everyone was very understanding. Everyone was always walking alongside me and just supporting me and being able to say, we are so sorry to hear like what you've been through, but like we're ready to see you grow out of that and become someone new. And I think that's really influenced my desire to become a physician, because I want to be able to reflect that. I didn't necessarily grow up with any kind of knowledge of there being a God like Christ, or Yahweh, that there would be a healer, in my life. I never had that knowledge. Being here at Point Loma and being in the community and having those faculty mentors, I think they've been, God incarnate in the compassion that they have for me. My grandfather passed away, and Dr. Rufe, he came up beside me and he just prayed for me and talked to me about losing a loved one and how that can be an amazing thing. That it can just be something that I continue to grow from and continue to see, my grandfather in a positive light. It's not about sitting in your room and, kind of having this self-loathing experience, but really it's about healing as going out, connecting with other people and being able to express, what you're going through. I think that's the main part of having all the mentors, is they have really helped me to see things through mature eyes. And I think what the science department has really taught me is that life is an unending process of always asking questions. And it's okay to ask questions. That's how we come to answers in the first place. Looking back, I think all the experiences earlier in my life with my family and mental health and depression and drug abuse and physical illness with my mother, and just being able to see the story that I have lived here at Point Loma with the people that I've met here and the friends and the faculty that I've built relationships with, have really shown me my purpose in life, and have helped me to kind of continue to uncover what it means to be alive and what it means to be living in the Christian faith. I really realized that I wanted to be a physician when I noticed everything that I was being surrounded by is what I wanted to help, is what I wanted to support, to come alongside patients and just people in general, and to guide them through their health and to help them get to a point where they don't have to be bedridden, hopefully, that they don't have to be worrying about the rest of their life and how their health is going to dictate, their happiness. So medicine seemed like the perfect avenue for me to minister to people's health and to their spiritual needs and emotional needs. Just like the mentors that I've had here at Point Loma, I see myself being able to be a mentor for my patients. Some things that I'm looking forward to are just being able to learn how to treat disadvantaged populations and being able to take the science knowledge that I've learned here at Point Loma and integrate that into medical science. And just being able to take the compassion that I've truly learned to have and been gifted with from God, and being able to, spread that amongst all of the patients that I see on a daily basis. Being in this faith community really showed me that all these people are a part of my family, and I'm a part of theirs. They've become the people that can keep me accountable, and the people that can say, you can stand back up and we'll be there with you. And being able to pray with me and not say that I have all these weaknesses, but really saying like, you are strong. There's just always been a huge level of encouragement from the family that I've basically been adopted into here at Point Loma. And it's just an amazing testament of God's love and how God has really walked with me the entire time.